everyone, it's Holly Marie King, and we are back with the Emblem Knights final draft. We're on chapter 21. I made the font a little bigger. I'm hoping this is what I need to fix this, because I would really like it so you guys could read along if you wanted to. You know? Oh, this is after the battle with the first monster. Right. I was trying to remember where I was. I read this so little, and I, wrote it so long ago. Anyway, let's see what happens. It's already different from the original because the children don't survive, but Murphy does, so we'll see how much it changes as we go. Chapter 21, Healing. Yuri awoke, feeling in more pain than she had ever felt before. She groaned as she opened her eyes. She turned her head to the right to see Alex dozing with his head on the wall behind him and his feet up on a half-rotten table. She tried to move, but her body hurt too much to move. She could see a bandage on Alex's head and was confused why it was there. There's a pole arm in my way, and I cannot read the corner. There we go. John entered at that moment. He looked severely tired and looked as though he would drop at any second. Oh, good. That's one more awake that I don't have to worry about, he said with a tired grin. Is Alex okay? Yuri asked, concerned as John was changing the bandage on his head. Oh yeah, it was just a nasty bump on the head, John said to her with a grin. I just have too many other things to do to heal it with my powers, so I'm doing it the natural way. He was just tired, so he took a rest, nothing scary. Well, that's a relief, Yuri said with a sigh of relief. You didn't have to say relief twice. Alex woke up at that moment, looking almost as tired as John. John, I thought I told you I would take care of that myself, he said hoarsely. I couldn't help but notice how dirty it was starting to look, John joked with his friend. Are you all done with your rounds? Alex asked him, sitting up. He hadn't looked at Yuri yet. Yeah, she was the last person I wanted to check on since she's worse off than Roy. John answered him. What's wrong with Roy? Yuri asked, concerned for her friend. You're awake, Alex said excitedly. He sat completely up now and was looking down at Yuri with a big grin on his face. What a relief. Everyone's relieved. Roy was hurt worse than you were, but since I can heal him, he's making a slow recovery. He still hasn't woken up yet, though, so I have to keep an eye on him. I have your brother sleeping in there just to watch him in case he does wake up, John answered. John answered Yuri ignoring Alex's excitement. I need a comma between Yuri and ignoring. That would make it a better pause. I'll see you guys in a couple of hours while I get some sleep. Why does he look so tired? Yuri asked in concern. He's been getting little to no sleep for the past 3 weeks. Alex said, still smiling. He was too happy to see that she had her eyes open once more. He never wanted to see her eyes closed again. 3 weeks, Yuri shouted. How can we stay in one place for that long? Calm down, Alex said gently. He started to fluff up her pillow and made sure that her blankets were still covering her. None of us were fit to travel after facing off with that creature. What was that thing anyway? Yuri asked with a shudder. It was one of the senior advisor's pets, Alex answered her, sitting back once more. He was finally able to relax. Those things are the most lethal creatures on the planet. You're lucky you only fell asleep for a few weeks. I guess you're right, Yuri said, blinking up at the ceiling. You guess? Alex felt his temper rise slightly. You could have died, and all you can say is that you guess? I'm right about your luck. What are you even thinking? That was a weird sentence. I was thinking I better stop that creature before it kills those poor little kids and moves on to the rest of us, Yuri answered him, looking at him as though he were crazy. Which is what I would expect from the rest of you. Why are you getting so worked up? You need to think about the people that care about you before you just rush into things, Alex said to her. I was thinking about the people I care about when I went in to go stop the thing, Yuri countered. I'm pretty sure we wouldn't be too happy if something were to happen to you, Alex shouted. We? Yuri asked suddenly, curious. Who's we? Do you have any idea how terrifying it was to see you lying there lifeless? Alex asked her, looking her in the eye. She was surprised to see him being so forward with her. I hope you never scare me like that again. You're being rather open, Yuri said in shock. It didn't help that I could hear your screaming before I even got there, Alex said to her. I thought my heart was going to fly right out of my mouth. What do you mean? Yuri asked him, confused, completely disregarding what he had just said about his worry for her. About what? Alex was confused too. He thought he was being pretty clear. What do you mean you could hear me before you even found me? She asked him. I don't know. I was sitting there and all of a sudden I heard your voice and you were saying my name, Alex said to her. When did you do that? I don't know. Somewhere in the midst of me dying, Yuri said, irritated. She thought about it for a moment while Alex sat there not looking at her. He had some thoughts running through his head. Yuri absently looked at her hand and remembered why she had thought of saying his name. It was because of this thing, huh? Alex hadn't heard what she said. Yuri showed him her hand. It was that stupid black ring you put on my finger. As soon as I started to feel like I was going to die, the spot started to spark, getting my attention. And I just instinctively thought to say your name and start calling for you. Just that made you think of me, Alex asked her, sounding disappointed. Huh? Yuri was confused because Alex was hoping that she had feelings for him. Definitely a different dynamic because in the original rough draft, I had set it to where Yuri was the one that was realizing her feelings for him and he was the one that was denying it. But I changed it around because Yuri thinks he's nothing more than an asshole. Anyway, next time we'll be doing chapter 2, What You Make Me Feel. That was a really short chapter for my final draft. I don't know why. But yeah, anyway, so I changed the dynamic of the relationship, which I think worked out a lot more, and I think it was more funny. Even though, it's not perfect by all means, but it's better than it was. Anyway, if you like this video, please leave a like. If you know someone who will like this video, please share it. If you want more of this content, please subscribe. I will be uploading a book that I wrote every Monday. This is, again, I will just keep saying it till I'm done with this series, obviously, because I don't remember the last time I said it. This will be my last final draft that I will be reading on my channel, mainly because for my sanity. I love my books. I'm proud of what I've accomplished with them, but as much as I love sharing this with people, it is what I would like to do with my life. So if I share every final draft I have, no one's going to buy my books, right? And B, it's just, I read these books so much that it is awful to me because I have to read through it 100 times before I'm satisfied with it. So that being said, I will put in the description below where you can buy the book if you are interested. It is exactly how I wrote it in the book, so you can also follow along with me reading it aloud, or on my Wattpad, which will also be in the description below. It will be there. So, I don't know if I'm ahead in that version, but, well, whatever. But yeah. So, that's all I have for today. It was a really short episode, but there will be more in the future. I hope that the bigger words helped because I definitely made it bigger, more legible. If it's still too small, let me know in the comments below, even though, no one watches these videos anyway, so whatever. But yeah, anyway, hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye.